All right, what's up, everybody? And so we're into 2018 now, so Happy New Year. It's a balmy, I don't know, we may have broke 0, so I think we might be 2 or 3 degrees outside, so I figured what the heck, we'll fire the cooker up and cook some of these awesome Compart Duroc ribs. Wanted to show you guys because I know we post a lot of pictures throughout the season at competitions and stuff of the ribs after we rub them. But I kind of want to show you the before rub too. That way, you know, for those of you who have never cooked a Compart Duroc rib, or you know, have never seen one, or are on the fence about purchasing them, kind of show you what you're in for and how badass they are, basically. So I'm cooking 3. I've already trimmed up a couple of them, so I mean, you can see how awesome the marbling is in them. So I'll break this other one open here real quick. Kind of show you how I've done a rib video before, but I'll kind of show you how I do it again. So when I start, I always take the flat side. You can see the ends of the bone. Sometimes if they need trimmed up, I will do that. So I'll cut this in to clean that in up a little bit. Now I'll take that flat side and I'll just line it up against the edge of my cutting board. And then I find the longest bone, which is that one right there on the end of it. And that's where I set the width of my ribs. And I just make sure that I'm cutting parallel with the edge of the cutting board to keep them nice and square. Now in competitions we cook 9 ribs, 9 bones. So first 2, sometimes they're a little more narrow, or it's always a really thick end, so we almost always take those off. And yes, there is a lot of waste in competition barbecue, so we'll cut down the 9 bones. So 9's there. I go right against the 10th bone, square it up. And when I look at it, I can see my cuts are off just a little bit, so I go back and square that up. And then remove the membrane. I just use the old butter knife. I know a lot of people have different methods or techniques that they think that works best or works better, or have a different preference. Awesome. Use what works for you. I've always done this. Probably always will. Sometimes it comes off easier than others. Getting it in one quick pull is the tricky part without it coming apart. There's the top one. A little bit left down here. Alright, good enough. So on this one, there's a little bit of a fat buildup on the back. Sometimes I don't worry about it. If you don't like it, you can always take a spoon. Just kind of clean the backs of it up. Fat is flavor though, especially with these Compart Duroc. Alright, now let's kind of clean up the ends of them. Got all this loose stuff here. Try to get the thickness close to the same throughout. Clean this up some. Alright, so that's about all that I do to the backs of them. Got one more little piece of the membrane stuck right there. Okay. So we'll flip it over, look at the front side of them. This is a pretty nice looking rack here. Again, if you get a nice look up, the nice color and marbling in that. So, you know, good meaty ribs also. Not a whole lot I'm going to do to the front side of it. You know, sometimes there's more fat on this, and I'll clean that up every once in a while too. So, guess we'll get right into seasoning these bad boys. So for the rub, a little bit of a thinner one there. All we're doing today is it's a really good combination. Of course, we'll have the 999 swine, and then we all I did is added in a little bit of Eat Barbecue Most Powerful Stuff. It's got a good saltiness to it, really good flavor. So the two pair together really well. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there that works great. So just pick whatever works best for you, and we'll get these seasoned up real quick. I used to layer the rubs, and come to be just as easy to put them in a container and mix them all together, and I notice no difference. You know, if you do a certain amount of one and a certain amount of another, I put them in the container that way, or the shaker, and mix them up. And I personally, in the combinations that we use, I didn't notice any difference than layering them. So makes it a lot easier too. I mix them before I leave for competition, and then cut the vac seal when I get there and throw them in the shaker, and then they're good to go. See the front sides of these. Alright, so that's about it. Gonna get a coat on, go out into the garage, and fire up the Outlaw Smoker. That's what I'm cooking on today. That's what we'll be cooking on for the 2018 season. Been really happy with how they performed. So we'll let this sweat down for about maybe an hour and get that fired up, and we'll put these bad boys on, and we'll take her from there. Alright, here we go. Ribs have sweated down for a little while. Got the Outlaw Smoker cranking. Just check the thermostat, and it's 5 degrees outside. Look at there, 300. Holding like a champ. So we're gonna get these bad boys on here and get them going. Alright, got the ribs off of the Outlaw. They've been on there for 2 hours. Cooked 300 degrees for 2 hours. So we're gonna wrap them. Now in our wrap, put down just a little bit of brown sugar. Then we have our new honey habanero glaze. It's, we don't even use honey anymore. This stuff's phenomenal. So we'll put down a good bead of that. We'll put down some of our rub. Red rack of ribs. That's some nice color from the. So we're gonna wrap these meat side down. Grab a paper towel, clean up any of the burgers or burnt ends from the cook. Put some more rub down. A little brown sugar. Then on the back side, got our new apple cherry habanero glaze. We put that on the back of the ribs. So honey habanero on the front, apple cherry habanero on the back. Some butter. Then we'll get this wrapped. After we tighten up the foil, we'll throw in a little bit more apple juice, give it some more liquid in there, and we'll go back on the pit till they're done. All right, ribs are all finished off the smoker here. So we'll get them wrapped up. We're gonna sauce them and put them back on the pit for a little bit to to set the sauce. Put a little sauce down here. So the sauce that I used, excuse me, just a little concoction. I did Blues Hog, I did some Swamp Boys, and then I added in our 999 Swine Apple Cherry Habanero Glaze. Just kind of thin it down a little bit with it and give it a little bit different flavor. Ground up some of our rub, so it's the 999 Swine and Most Powerful Stuff. Put that down first. A bit of sauce here. And it's a pretty thin sauce. We don't like to use sauce that are too thick, so I'll flip it over. Some sauce. It might look a little thick on there, but it'll tack up when it's on the cooker. All right. Then I'll repeat it on the other two racks. We'll get it on the smoker for a little bit, bring it in, slice them up, and we'll be done. Alright, ribs are done. Looks like everything turned out pretty good. Put a little more sauce down here before I slice them. And the product's got some, see if I can get some color on there. LED lights make it look a little darker than what it actually is. Flip them over. Make sure everything's got a good clean cut on it. Let's tore it a little bit. These are the 4 out of this rack that I put in the box. Some sauce on the sides. Now all the products that we use today, any 999 Swine stuff you can get off our website, or you can excuse me, order from other online retailers. BarbecueSuperstore.com has it. Atlanta Barbecue Store has it. Qtopia's got a lot of stuff. Kansas City Barbecue Store. You know, it's out there quite a bit. If your online retailer that you shop at doesn't carry it, then let them know and we can probably get them hooked up. The Compart ribs, you can get them directly through Compart's website. There are also some other retailers out there that sell them. The Butcher Shop down in Florida carries them. And then last but not least, the Outlaw Barbecue Smokers. Check them out on Facebook, give them a like. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. And they just launched their website today, so the link on that is on their Facebook page, Outlaw Barbecue Smokers. So, but everything turned out good. Take a sample bite. Nice clean bite right off the bone. Let's see if you can get a idea on how the color turned out. Pretty good. Both sides. Give it a try. I turn them in any day of the week at a competition. If you're a backyard guy, don't be afraid to try it. Everything turned out great. Thanks for watching.